EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present opening round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Well, this is one of my favorite tournaments of the year. It's the EA Sports Spring Invitational, and just a stunning golf course. It's Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, we're in for quite a day.
We are. We're going to see the decision-making processes of some of the fine players out there today. And the reason why I say that, Rich, is because there's so much elevation here at Wolf Creek. So you're going to have to make those adjustments on the downhill and the uphill. Club selection decisions. And of course, the one that does that the best is more than likely the one that's going to come out on top.
That is a heat-seeking missile. Look out. 325 yards and in the fairway. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Rich, too much grass between ball and club face.
Paid a price with the tee ball landing in the rough. Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly. So now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out. Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. 14 feet to the hole. Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a redo, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just a shade over par, +1. +14th hole here at Wolf Creek. Time to pull out the driver and as well the phone because you want to take some pictures here. What a spectacular view.
Stunning. You can see a whole panoramic sort of 360 degrees right around this golf course. Then when you flick back and actually look at the 14th hole, there's 6 bunkers, 3 really in play with the tee shot, as you can see, the other 3 just up by the green. Anything to the right of those is preferred, unless you want to be playing your second shot out of the canyon or the bunkers. Green should be fairly receptive, and 3 distinct portions, which is sort of a common trait here at Wolf Creek. It's sort of 3 different tier levels in that. But let's see, birdies are to be made at Wolf Creek, maybe even one here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That was not a very good read right there. Settles in over the putt. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Now to the par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, this is the shortest hole on the course.
And their version of a postage stamp type hole, minus the bunkers on the right side. Green elevated, falls off as you can see down the left side. Club selection is vital, but it is such a short hole. It's very, very tempting, especially when that flag's on the left side, to still go at it. But you miss this green on the left, and you are going to be considerably lower than the level of this green.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie.
Second shot.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports, second round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Par 5, 12th, and Frank, another reminder that Wolf Creek can really be intimidating.
It can. Water down the left. They'll take a huge dent off your scorecard. A lot of fairway down the right. Somehow find that. This par 5 can be reachable into. There's still trouble to the right of this green if you get a little bit cavalier. This, without doubt, the longest green on the golf course. It's 55 yards from front to back. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. These putts keep the round together.
Finally, something happens that's good.
That's a nice shot right there. 13th hole here at Wolf Creek, and Frank, anyone can say, oh, I'm going to take this one over the trees. But very few can stand up and say, I'm flying this baby clear over the mountains.
Yeah, if you take the direct route, obviously it's going to be much shorter than the 350 yards that it's measured as a dogleg right. So the direct line Well, I don't want to tell you the exact yardage because it might give you too much of a clue, but it might be worth taking. It's going to be a blind tee shot, though, and you're not quite sure on the outcome.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away. Pretty good effort right there. Not going so well for him. He has this for bogey. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
It's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. Hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
Couldn't ask for too much better here. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Now this for birdie. Came away with a bogey on the previous round. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Did the job right there. Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And, well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down on those bunkers because they're a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, who doesn't go aiming at the flag?
Birdie try up next. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Good par. What a day of golf we saw out there today, Frank. It was a lot of fun.
Wolf Creek is just an amazing experience, Rich. To imagine that they could build a golf course like this and let alone people could play it and have fun. Every shot's a different experience out there. I doubt you'd ever get another golfing experience anywhere in the world that would come close to this.
Nothing like Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. So for my partner, Frank Novello, and all of us here at EA Sports, we say so long from Wolf Creek Golf Club. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present third round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. There's plenty of trouble out there.
Yeah, this is very much a positional hole. This is not sort of tee it up with a driver and just rip it down there. Just find the fairway. You're going to have virtually just a short wedge, 9-iron really at the most into this green. And really, this is a good chance for a birdie. So 2 good shots, and you shouldn't be too far away.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Ooh, so close.
Can't birdie them all, Rich. Even par currently.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the par 5 fifth hole. Cut it over the ridge here, Frank?
Well, if you can, if you dare. And there is actually a stream here. I know we're in the middle of a desert, but if you can clear that stream, that's the main thing. This is a crazy-looking tee shot because it looks like you want to go down that canyon area, but if you don't know the exact distance you fly the ball, then you're going to be in lots and lots of problems. Those collection of 3 bunkers down the right side, as long as you can avoid that, then that second shot to this par 5, that's not overly long, it's just under 500 yards, is certainly reachable. Second shot will play uphill to a elevated green with, once again, 3 different levels.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Routine stuff here, Frank, from the bunker?
You're just got to be careful of that lip in front of him with his third shot coming up.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Yeah, well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Pretty good shot right there. And getting ready for the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, standing on the 6th tee and looking out at this golf course, I can't help but think that if you hit it offline here, you're going to be playing golf with the billy goats.
Yeah, you might actually turn into a billy goat come the end of the day, that's for sure. The huge elevation changes, once again, are apparent here at the 6th. Tis a dogleg to the right, not really a driver, unless you want to sort of bring that creek into play or that little stream that cuts across. Second shot, a little bit uphill. Those bunkers are really where you shouldn't go, we all know that. And this green is anything other than flat. A fun-looking hole, too, and a fun hole to play.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. He in the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
Well, this is a player's nightmare, still in the bunker.
He's starting to fill up his shoes with sand.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Just a couple of feet. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Well, everybody loves the short par 4, and here we have one, Frank, just 302 yards, the 7th hole.
And this hole is anything other than straightforward, Rich. Huge drop-off at the front of the screen that is surrounded by water. So it's going to be a layup off the tee, really, to try and get the right yardage. This green is very, it's not very deep, but it's extremely wide. The hardest thing is to try and get a flat lie with whatever club you decide to hit off the tee and get the right yardage. Otherwise, that green actually might be a little elusive, even though this is a very short hole.
Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Brian Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward from there. This is pretty good, Rich. Maybe just a touch right.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Little bounce in his step right now after that birdie, Frank.
I certainly should feel that way. That was some quality golf we've just seen.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Settles in over the putt. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet?
It's still going. Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. See if our featured player can do something right today.
Yeah, when you're swinging well, obviously target looks as big as a barn, but on days like today, everything looks difficult.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole, and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? He didn't go past and miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that. It's a positive attitude.
Final round coverage comes your way tomorrow for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying thanks for being with us on EA Sports, and so long for now. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present final round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Regarded as a very accurate player. That shot says it all. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you...
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, another really rugged hole. This is the par 3 11th here at Wolf Creek.
Rich, remember that book, Dead Solid Perfect? This is what this hole's all about, because you must hit that tee shot solid. You've got to carry all the trouble in front of you. And remind yourself, too, there's enough green grass down there. Not necessarily green, but green grass around there. A good shot safely on the putting surface here, and this green's not too severe. But this is a fun par 3 just to look at, or even at least experience.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable. It's that sneaky distance.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Now to the par 5 12. Pretty big hole with a really big green.
And a really good blue area to the left, called water there. That's to be avoided off this tee, that's for sure. A good drive that avoids all of that. And then the hole is certainly reachable, but as you can see, water creeps in again, back right on this hole. So just don't get too cavalier here. A 5 wouldn't be the worst score. I know you want better, but believe me, seen many as 6s and 7s racked up here at 12.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. So the approach to the 12th will leave him about 30 feet away. This is a pretty difficult proposition. A good 29-foot putt here. Jeez, that one just blew past the hole. It's actually on the fringe right now. Our attempt here. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Thirteenth hole here at Wolf Creek, and Frank, anyone can say, oh, I'm going to take this one over the trees. But very few can stand up and say, I'm flying this baby clear over the mountains.
Yeah, if you take the direct route, obviously it's going to be much shorter than the 350 yards that it's measured as a dogleg right. So the direct line, Well, I don't want to tell you the exact yardage because it might give you too much of a clue, but it might be worth taking. It's going to be a blind tee shot, though, and you're not quite sure on the outcome.
Playing it point to point, fairway off the tee, fairway on the second shot, and now a really good angle to attack. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Solid play, heart of the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. And getting ready for the putt. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Fourteenth hole here at Wolf Creek. Time to pull out the driver and as well the phone because you want to take some pictures here. What a spectacular view.
Stunning. You can see a whole panoramic sort of 360 degrees right around this golf course. Then when you flick back and actually look at the 14th hole, there's 6 bunkers, 3 really in play with the tee shot, as you can see, the other 3 just up by the green. Anything to the right of those is preferred, unless you want to be playing your second shot out of the canyon or the bunkers. Green should be fairly receptive, and 3 distinct portions, which is sort of a common trait here at Wolf Creek. That's sort of 3 different tier levels and that. But let's see, birdies are to be made at Wolf Creek, maybe even one here. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
That's a tough lie to come out of. Not surprising it's come up short.
Well short right there, but still in the game for a par. Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. 8-foot putt here. Good roll. Here at the 15th hole here at Wolf Creek, bit of a breather here. Nice short par 3. You don't want to miss this green.
No, that's the temptation there. If you try and bite off a little too much because it looks a little too easy, then a bogey here and you're in a bad mood all of a sudden at Wolf Creek. Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Good putt. From a short par 3 to a short par 4. Just 393 yards here at the 16th, Frank.
And when you stand on this tee, this hole looks anything other than straight. Goes to the left and comes back to the right. But if you can just fixate at the green in the distance, you're actually going to look like a relatively straight par 4. And that's the way the hole should be played. Look at those first 2 bunkers that you see and just try and split those. Good tee shot here and nothing more than a wedge left into this green. Simplify it. That's the key.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If you can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Even par currently.
Good solid par right there. Frank, this is really a cool closing stretch here at Wolf Creek. Short par 3 15th, the short 4 at the 16th, and now the par 5 17th. You can make up some ground in a hurry as you come down the finishing stretch.
You certainly can. A good drive short of the little stream creek that runs across there, and this is doable as a two-shotter. If you find the bunkers or trouble off the tee, then obviously you're forced to lay up, leaving that third shot across the water. But really a fun hole if you want to try and take that second shot on.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
These putts keep the round together. Always nice, Frank, to put the peg in the ground coming off a birdie.
Well, this game's all about reward, and we just saw that back there. Now, can you be rewarded 2 holes in a row?
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in. It's no snack, though.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
He's made it. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
EA Sport, the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Boston Championship. We're here at TPC Boston in Massachusetts. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the action. And Frank, how does this course set up for the golfers out here today?
Well, Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, they did a lot of changes a few years back to sort of open up some of the driving areas. Consequently, you see there's a little bit more of a reward for the longer hitters. Fairways aren't really as tight as what you'll see on some other golf courses. Long and straight certainly gives you a big advantage at TPC Boston.
This is host of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That's a tournament that is part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
And now he has this for the birdie. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. A lot of great golf early on. Let's get you out to the action at the fifth. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, the TPC Boston really starts to show its teeth here in the fifth hole.
Yeah, beautiful hole. That green up ahead, though, there's three different sections. Obviously, the easy section is that middle one where it just pokes out to the left.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Suddenly a ray of sunshine with that birdie.
There is hope. And on the top 25.
Sixth hole here at TPC Boston, always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these two big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid the two bunkers on the right, you're in prime position.
Just what you want in the right position on this par 5, in the fairway.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frankie, just love the variety of holes here at TPC Boston. Now we get to the seventh. It's a 600-yard par 5.
It looks straight away, but the problem is if you don't hit a good tee shot, then you really have to be aware of that cross bunker. That is one place you don't want to go with your second shot.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully. Second shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. It happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling him right now.
So a tester from 4 feet. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. On to the 8th hole, Frank. Nice par 3.
Yeah, this is where the accurate iron player will definitely get an advantage over the field. Gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Pretty good shot right there. Settles in over the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good contact, good result. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the player's shots, that's for sure. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Oh, I thought he had that. Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a redo, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
2 under on the day. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Championship. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novello. We're here in the state of Massachusetts on a magnificent fall day. TPC Boston, the site for the action. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
It was built in 2002, Rich. Had some changes over the years with Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, but it's certainly been a staple on the PGA Tour. It was first played a tournament there back in 2003. Adam Scott got his first win on the PGA Tour, and since 2007 has been a part of the FedEx playoffs.
It's a part of 72. See if you can break the course record today. It's only 61, held by Vijay Singh and Mike Weir.
Yeah, just a 61. Big golf course. And with that 18th hole, well, we'll see if you can get 11 under on the 18th tee. That'll be a little bit of a difference.
Really exciting finishing hole here at TPC Boston. Frank, here at the 7th, there's a choice to be made.
Yeah, you can see the distinct reward for a good iron shot. If you get that ball on that right tier, then it's certainly a relatively flat birdie chance up ahead.
Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that.
Even par currently.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making 2.
This is a good-looking shot. Not terrible, but not his best.
An outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that.
Really? This is an awkward length.
So close. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. And he's putting for bogey now. Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition here at the 9th?
Well, if you stray with your tee shot here, you'll be making hamburgers, that's for sure. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
Good question.
On the tee, Frank, now at the 10th hole here at TPC Boston. And what's ahead?
Straightaway par 4, no fairway bunkers really to worry about, but that green shapes away from the players. There's a little bit of mounding, so if you're clever, you can use those mounds.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. So that was a medium-length putt. Speed was right on track, but the read wasn't where it needed to be. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, like all TPC golf courses, TPC Boston has the fan in mind. So you see those mounds throughout the golf course that gives people a chance to just sit, relax, and watch some golf. And there's a nice shady spot on the hill behind the 11th.
Yeah, that's just before the 12th tee, and you really do get a look at the tee shots coming in 11, as well as the little undulations and contours on that massive green.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That's just downright embarrassing. On the putting surface and now off on the fringe. Wow. Just a couple of feet. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Well, Frank, that wraps up, as they say here in Boston, another wicked good round.
Yeah, maybe it's not the Yankees or the Red Sox, but it's one of the best courses in the area.
No doubt about it, my friend. And for all of us here at EA Sports, this is Rich Lerner for Frank Nobilo saying, until next time. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present this third round coverage of the Boston Championship. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. It is a gorgeous fall day here in Massachusetts, TPC Boston, site of the Deutsche Bank Championship, part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Frank, a really good golf course and highly respected by the best players in the world.
It certainly is. Gives them an opportunity to score. Gil Hanse, Brad Faxon, they made some really good changes over the years, giving it that New England look, that old bunker style. And, of course, they've had a PGA Tour event here all the way back to 2003.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh my gosh, that hurts.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Out par.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, the fifth hole, beefy at 466 yards. What's the best way to attack here?
Well, it's a gentle dogleg left, Rich. That first bunker really doesn't come into play on the right side. The one on the left is the one you've got to be cognizant of. Get something a little right of that, you'll have second shot around 160, 170 yards in.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, the TPC Boston really starts to show its teeth here in the fifth hole.
Yeah, beautiful hole. That green up ahead, though, there's three different sections. Obviously, the easy section is that middle one where it just pokes out to the left.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That's a nice roll, and with that birdie, now 2 under par for the tournament. All right, Frank, now to the sixth hole. It's a 465-yard par 4. What are the keys?
Well, it's framed beautifully by the trees just in front of the tees. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power? Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory Macilory, Frank, sticking the follow-through. We are about 170 yards from the hole. On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. See if you can get this one to drop. Big birdie putt. Drops it in for birdie. Frank, now a big par 5, the seventh hole.
Yeah, there's an interesting feature on this par 5. About 100 yards short of the green is that huge cross bunker. So a good tee shot, that shouldn't be a problem. Stray a little, and then your mind is definitely on that.
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip. Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Now the second shot to the par 5. Well on the green, but far from the hole.
Yeah, a little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. And getting ready for the putt. Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. And currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Coming off the long par 5 7th, now a par 3, 213 yards. What's the eighth hole all about?
Another hole that picks with the same theme. Really want to fly this nice and high. That narrow part at the front of the green really is to be avoided unless the flag is there.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round. Second shot. That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Boston Championship.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. And setting up here in the rough. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Always nice, Frank, to put the peg in the ground coming off a birdie.
Well, this game's all about reward, and we just saw that back there. Now, can you be rewarded 2 holes in a row?
Good contact, good result.
Rich, it's a different challenge today. The weather is so day-to-day out here, and when you get a breeze like this that's kicking up, you really have to sort of change your approach to playing these holes.
It looks nice out there, the blue skies, plenty of high sunshine, but it's a challenge because those winds have really freshened up. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good-looking birdie. This from about 10 feet. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of 2-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Superb shot once again, and only about 15 feet away for a birdie.
It's no snack, though.
He'd settle for par here. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. He's made it. Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into 2 sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Continuing his fine play, another beautiful approach shot. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Frank, the par 5 18th here at TPC Boston, this is a chance to be a hero.
Oh, there is. The mere mortals play it down the left side. Everything slopes from left to right. But that bunker, with a puff of breeze behind, If you can carry that, you're one of the longest hitters around. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole.
Should be safely on deck.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Settles in over the putt.
A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
And with that birdie, moving into the top 20 on the leaderboard. Well, that'll wrap up our coverage of the final round. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports. We'll see you next week.